Good morning. What is good? Wednesday, hump day. What's good? Still spinning? Check. Planets in the universe? Yes. What's happening? No idea. Does it matter? No. All I know is that we need to raise our awareness. Every time I've done that, I feel better. My life is better. I'm happier. Everything works better. Raising the awareness is the key because we have this consciousness, this awareness, a lot of things that are happening to us subconsciously. And if we raise that awareness, we could use it all to our advantage. That's what I'm all about. Let's get into it. So yesterday I did chapter 1 of my book, Living in Flow by Sky Nelson Isaacs. I didn't even finish chapter 1. It's a very detailed book, a lot of good information. So I'm not going to get into that. But I did mention a quote that I couldn't find yesterday that I found. It was actually in chapter 2. That's why. But I'll get to that at the end. Today I just wanted to talk about accountability and also tracking your goals and how important that is. I've been trying to plan my week out, and I'm really liking Monday mornings as my planning day. I did it yesterday, or Monday, but I adjusted it yesterday, and I wanted to give quick tips on what I learned because I've never been a good planner, and I just want to show you my mindset and also share my experience because I feel like that's the best way I can give some concrete information that resonates. So for me, when I planned on Monday, was that I used my notepad, my journal, and I put my Monday through Sunday on the top. And if you saw my Instagram, Steven_Dunks, you would have seen that. It's probably still on my story highlights if you want to see it under the mindset tab, the first thing. But what I did was I put Monday through Sunday and wrote down the things on the days that had specific days and times. For example, class at 8 p.m. on Wednesday. That's because those things won't change. Those are set in stone. And then under that, I put a column for daily tasks, which are things I want to get to every day. And then I also prioritize those. So for example, I want to work on my hips every day because dunk life. I want to improve in my body. I want to drink a veggie drink every single day because I need that health. And I want to do a daily podcast every day. So I want those in the daily tests that I do every day. I don't need to write those every single day down. I just want like a daily column. But the priorities help. But the prioritization of it helps because, for example, I was just practicing the ukulele. I like to rap. I like to dance. And those are things I like to do in my free time. But I'm going to Colombia in just over 2 months and I want to learn more Spanish. I know the basics, but I really want to study Spanish and feel confident when I go there because I love talking to people and it would be great to know the language better. So I was about to download an app. Do I download an app? I was thinking, do I just watch free YouTube videos? Anyway, my point is I put the Spanish on the higher on the priorities than ukulele for now. And that's good to know because I could always have, if I have more time and for some reason I was able to get stuff completed, I can always have a backlog of things I can work on that I love to do. And so more on that though is that the Spanish, this is a good example, is I have a little bit over 2 months. I was deciding whether I buy an app like Rosetta Stone or the one Babbel, whatever it is, but I didn't want to pay the money. Is it worth it? Because the Rosetta Stone I looked up said like 150 to 200 hours. You get to level 3 or something like that, and that's way too many hours. But the one with Babbel, I did like one free exercise, and I liked it, and I saw the different phases, and you could see how far you get along, and each phase takes about 10 to 15 minutes. But the point is it turned out to be about 130 exercises. And if I did 2 a day, that came out to 75, I think it is. No. Yeah, 65. Whatever. And that's 65 days. So if I only need to do 2 exercises a day to get to this part of the course that I would feel really proud of, that's worth it to me. So that made me buy the app. I think it was like $30 for 3 months. But the point is that because I set this goal and chunked it down to what I can do in a daily routine or a daily habit, it made it very attainable. And I can do 2 exercises a day. They don't take that long. They take 10, 20 minutes. And I was finding time for my hobbies 10 minutes a day or writing things down 10 minutes a day. So I'm going to prioritize Spanish over that. Another thing I did was use a whiteboard in my house and write down my daily tasks so that way I could cross them and add hash marks to make sure I did it that day and also build accountability. And before I get to accountability, I want to say how I got to the whiteboard. In my journal planning, I didn't finish that either, but in my journal when I planned for Monday, I wrote those daily tasks down, and then when I reviewed it Tuesday, I liked the act of checking it off. That's where I got the hash mark idea, was that I want to make sure it's nice to see at the end of the week how many times I was able to do it every day, or for the whole week, was I able to do it every day? And also, it's just a satisfactory type of action for you to be able to check it off. And maybe you get to the other ones as well. all of these pictures too are on my story on my Instagram. I am going to probably add some kind of feature to my website for accountability, but let me get back to accountability and stay on the planning. So the last thing I did on Monday was just write some miscellaneous tasks. And when I wrote those tasks, I left some space, but also they're just miscellaneous tasks like return something at Walmart or ship something or finish a homework assignment because I'm doing life coaching courses. And so those tasks, they don't really have a set day, but I definitely want to get them done in the week. So those might need what I'm thinking about doing right now as I'm thinking about it is maybe pick a day and put those, like write a day next to them to maybe have a certain day so they all are organized. But a lot of them also don't really need to get done. They're just kind of a backlog as well. If I finish the first couple tasks, the other ones are stretch goals. So back to the accountability. I like telling you guys my goals because telling other people your goals is a great way. This is all from Compound Effect as well, the book I just read by Darren Hardy. When you give accountability or you just publicly display your goals, it holds you accountable. And I love accountability. And that's kind of why I post my own things because it motivates me and why not. And it is a little bit weird at first because like you have to like, if you want to, like I don't care anymore, but like if you want to tell people you're doing a new thing, they're kind of be like, why are you wasting time doing that? But it's your goal, whatever it is. The point is, if you tell people your goals or you set a goal and you make it public, it definitely lights that fire under you to kind of follow through because you're not just accountable to yourself. Now you're accountable to other people. But I also just like sharing in the energy of accountability. So if I'm doing it and you see me crossing off lists, adding all these things, getting a lot done through the day, it motivates you. And the reason I say that is because I love seeing people do that. So I see somebody in the gym every day, or I see somebody eating healthy every single day. It keeps me going, keeps my momentum moving. So I like to do that. So anyway, the accountability is a big one. Be accountable for yourself. And, that's also what I'm doing as a life coach. What I love about it is that some people just need an accountability partner. They need someone to kind of check up on them or just know that they're going to be reviewing their homework or reviewing what they did for the week. So instead of like going at it alone with their goals, it's really helpful to have a partner that you do goals with. And even if life coach is not really an authority figure or a mentor, it's a partner. And that's what I really like about it. We work together, and I like it because when it's my job, it'll be so beneficial to me as well. Anyway, so the last thing I want to say was, so about accountability, I want to find some way on my website because I do a lot of tracking of my body weight, my health, and also my daily tasks. I would love to have like a place on my website that is like interactive, or at least that you see me daily updating it. So I might try to make an app, something like that, but just stay on the lookout for that. And last but not least, I will end this podcast today. 8 minutes already. So quick. With the quote that I wanted to talk about yesterday. I want to go through this book, Living in Flow, with more detail, but I just haven't found the time, which I'm probably going to find some time to do this, is outline the section of the book I want to talk about so I could really outline the strong points that I really think are impactful and just bring that value full steam and not waste any of your time. But anyway, this is a quote from chapter 2 that is about choices that I will probably read over again when I get back to chapter 2, but I just really wanted to read this quote because it was similar to yesterday's purpose podcast. And also I just think it's so great and I want you guys to hear it. And I mentioned it. So I want to follow through on my promise. Okay. Here it is. End of the podcast. If your choices shape your world, then it's pretty difficult to feel insecure about your importance in the world. After all, if the cosmos is responding to you, then you are important. You may not feel happy with your circumstances, and you may feel insecure about your talent, preparation, intelligence, or appearance, but you can't possibly feel unimportant. The cosmos is forming itself around us, around each of us, and it's a crucial role we play. That is kind of following back up on that part where the cosmos is responsive to us. It's not friendly. It's not hostile. It's not indifferent. It's responding to our actions. So I really like that. You're important. You're unique too because you affected in your unique way. And the other thing is that he says cosmos is responsive, and that's hard for me to say because it sounds like it should say cosmos are responsive. I don't know, but I guess it's like the universe is singular. Universe is responsive. It's weird. Okay. Enjoy your day. Have a great one. Let's go. best thing you can do for me. I've been loving the feedback. You guys are really responding to this daily podcast, and it's great because it feels just like I was saying in the first podcast. It feels authentic to me to really wake up and do this. I'm loving doing it a lot, and I'm getting great results. I'm getting more listeners, and I really appreciate it. The best thing you guys can do to support me with this, just share it with a friend, mention it to a friend, and that's the best thing you can do for me. You can subscribe and do all those things, but sharing it is the greatest for me because I want everybody to hold each other accountable, and that energy grows, and it's great. Let's get it. Thank you. See ya. Toodaloo. Don't get too dizzy. We're spinning and crawl around. Do your human stuff.